Oh, great. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, you'll notice you cannot see my face. Let me see if I can put some light on the subject. Should have done this before. I do apologize. Very bright background, so it's going to always make my face be blackened out. All right. The reason I'm doing this is because I was working on one of my clients' websites, and I noticed something that I've started taking for granted, that when my clients' pages, I design websites, and when their pages are indexed, it shows the star rating, the Google 5-star rating next to every one of their pages, except for some reason the homepage, and it doesn't do it for any of them. So I'm not taking it personal. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to display the entire screen. Let's see if I can get the right. All right, if I do that one, and we want to go to here. So I was in Google. Let me make sure this is working though. Select a tab to share. Entire screen. Oh, that's what I didn't do. And this is what I want to share. This is cool. You used to couldn't do this. Let me move this out of the way. And you used to could not share your screen when you went live on YouTube. Yeah, I can see my picture down there. It doesn't matter who I am and where I'm at, but I just want to tell you something about Google Search Console. Is something that every person, you don't have to be some kind of web designer or anything to take advantage of the Google Search Console. It'll kind of give you an idea of where your website is getting traffic from. In particular, I was working on one of my clients just then, and noticed that when I scroll down from this opening page, I'm on the overview tab. And when I scroll down from this opening page, there are enhancements, and I don't remember that being on here. Things like for shopping, there's shopping snippets. If you're in the flooring business, that might be something you want to take advantage of. Most of my customers don't sell things, they sell services. I do a lot of work with heating and air contractors and plumbing contractors, and it's very contentious. It's a very competitive atmosphere. The words, the pay-per-click words are, I mean, I was just looking in small town. I live in a small town, right? I was working on a contractor for a small town in South Alabama, and plumber, no, it was electrician, residential electrician was $65 click. And in big cities, it's hundreds of dollars per click. So anyway, you got to take advantage of everything you can do organically to get people to your website. One of the things that everyone on this presentation can do is set up a Google Search Console. There are YouTube videos that will show you how to set up the Google Search Console. If you have a webmaster, ask them to set up the Google Search Console and then share it with you. And you'll be able to see the traffic that comes to your website. You have two sources of traffic. I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but you have two sources of traffic. One is traffic that comes to your website, whether it's paid traffic or it's organic traffic. And then the other source of traffic is your Google business profile. So there's two, and you need to add both of those sources together when you're looking at your total picture. I'm not aware of anything that Google does to add those two together. So it is what it is. But back to what I was looking at here. So I was at the top of this page looking at the performance of the website, scrolling down, and noticed some enhancements. So we're finally here to this part. And review snippets. I take this for granted because my clients have been getting this for a long time. This gentleman here has just come on board back in January. So you can see how all of his pages are starting to get review snippets. Now, what is review snippets? Well, when you, let's just read what Google says about them. A review snippet is a short excerpt of a review or a rating from a website, usually the average of the combined rating scores from many reviewers. And if you go looking in Google Search Central for documentation about review snippets, they'll go over some things with you. And I'm sure there's even more I can do. And if you have some ideas, I'm not pretending to be the only one that knows how to do this, or I just know it's important. Everything that you can do to satisfy the mind of a client that you're the one that they need to pick up the phone and call. Again, when you're paying $65 to $165 a click, you'd better do all you can to assuage their fears and that you are indeed the contractor they need to call the first time they click on you. And close that. So we'll just use this website here as an example, McCord Electric Service. They're in Orange Beach, Alabama. And if you go to Google and type in, you can do this with your URL and then type type site colon in front of it. You'll have a list of all the indexed web pages. Well, that's also what this does. This Google Search Console tells you how many pages are indexed to. Although this is not the graph, but it does show them on other sections. Sorry, I just get to rambling. I don't know. This is live. There's nothing I can do about it. But you'll notice the homepage, for some reason, never gets its own little snippet. But when you look at every single other page, so that when somebody's looking for, and this page comes up, Electrical Contractors, Orange Beach, Alabama, rating 4.728 reviews. Every one of these have got that snippet. And this just adds to the likelihood that this service contractor's website will get a click. And then the more clicks they get, the more calls they get. I'm going to show you, well, let me show you two more things I do. And here's where it's derived from. Where does the snippet come from? There are other ways to put the snippet on here. Like I said, there's a way that Google tells you how to do it, but I have a service that I use because my goal is that once I get people to come to the website, I don't want them to leave. I don't want them to go somewhere else to check my reviews or my clients' reviews. I want them to stay on the website. So I give them the opportunity here to check the reviews. So they can click that and it will do a pop out from the side. You can also, by the way, tell your customers to come to your website and just click on the 5-star review button. It would be how I would call it. A floating banner is another way to call it. And click on reviews, and it will take you straight to the place where you leave a review. Bam. So that's how that works. I also have, if you scroll on down the page, or if you hit this button here, see our Google reviews, it'll take you there. It'll actually put the reviews on the website itself. This is really important. And because, again, I don't want them going anywhere to have to read through this stuff. And contractors, this is why you need to have up-to-date reviews. This 4 months is getting a little stale to me. So you can bet that when I get off the phone, get off this video, I will be contacting my contractor and remind him, hey, you've not asked for reviews lately. Here's another example. Now, this website, by the way, was designed in WordPress. So I do WordPress websites for contractors. I found another product that I'm actually like better. But I still do websites and WordPress. I've just felt like that over time it's gotten a little bulky, and with all the plugins you have to load. And I was just looking for a simpler solution, and I have found one. I've built several websites on another product, and I'll do a video about that at some point. I'm not going to spill the beans on it right now, but hey, it looks the same. It's still got that floating banner badge down here. You click it, it still pops out just like on the other website, even though it's not built in WordPress. But the point is, it gives the same impression to the client. They don't have to go anywhere to look. If you look up this contractor's pages that are indexed, site, and then his URL, which just happens to be onyxproplumbing.com, you will get site snippets next to all of his web pages. And so that just help. Again, it's just about validating. It's a trigger. It's just one more straw that tips the scales in your favor, that gets people to call you instead of hitting the back button after you've paid all that money to get someone to your website. And so if you have any other questions, feel free to leave it down in the bottom below this video. Subscribe to it if you would. That way, when I do other videos, the point to my video presence is going to be to show little guys how they can compete with big guys, and that's important. It's all about perception. You're doing probably better work than the big contractors do, but you don't present yourself, you're not able to compete on the digital playing field. It's not going to do you any good. So I hope any of this helps. If you get to looking for me, I'm right now located on, this is my website, Micromanaged Media, and feel free to give me a call and I'll answer your questions, or probably better yet, book a call with me. And then, we'll go over your website and see what you can do to improve the traffic. Thanks.